Hi and welcome to Sam's Reviews and Recommendations. In today's video we're going to be reviewing 2021 with music, film and television. Just going to give you my honest and own opinion on what I thought was the best music, whether that be songs, artists and albums, TV shows in certain categories and overall, same with films, and yeah, just give my overall opinion. But yeah, let's start with music. Start with songs. Now, I'm going to do top 3, but I will have honourable mentions. So, honourable mentions for songs of the year, I would say What's Your Name by Tyler the Creator, Walk Through by Grip featuring Eminem, Vaccine by Logic, Hood Blues by DMX featuring Griselda members Benny the Butcher, Conway the Machine, Westside Gun. Last but definitely not least, Scatterbrain by Conway the Machine featuring JID and Ludacris. My top 3 songs of the year are 95 South by J. Cole as number 3. Number 2 we have Family Ties by Baby Keem featuring Kendrick Lamar. And at number 1 we have EPMD 2 by Nas featuring EPMD and Eminem. On to our next category, artists of 2021. Honourable mentions, I will mention the artist Logic, as whilst the majority of the music he did drop was good, it was also very entertaining for a long stretch, between 10 weeks. Another honourable mention I'd like to give out is Joyner Lucas, who did somewhat the same, not to the extent of Logic, but dropped quite a few tracks this year, every so often, with improving on his own craft and getting features, who I think did a very good job. At number 3 we have Eminem, who whilst didn't drop any projects, had a phenomenal feature game this year, topping any features he did from the previous years, with personal opinion having one weak feature only because it was a soundtrack type feature, but then proceeded to show himself up with the feature continuing with him and Dr. Dre, just showing that this man gets better and better with each song. At number 2, Conway the Machine, who not only dropped big projects, La Maquina, he did a great feature run, probably being the best of his group Griselda. But with number 1, I have to give it to J. Cole, who not only dropped my personal favourite album of the year, The Off Season, he also just had phenomenal feature game, dropping out of nowhere and even remixing one of Drake's songs off his album Certified Lover Boy and personally making it a better track. And now on to album of the year. Number 3 we have Tyler the Creator's Call Me If You Get Lost, a great return to rap and an interesting concept in itself. At number 2 we have Conway the Machine's La Maquina, which overall is just a great album. It's nice to hear Conway rap over some trap beats and do more features outside of Griselda and working with younger artists such as JID. And at number 1 we have J. Cole, The Off Season, which, like I said earlier, is one of my favourite albums this year. We're getting a new type of sound from him, even though while he's using auto-tune to an extent to his voice, it certainly doesn't deter me as a fan away from this project. He raps phenomenal, and the instrumentals and features alone on this album is just phenomenal. Right, that's the music section done. On to films. So, with best films category, we'll start off with best comedy. Honourable mentions, I'll give it to Spider-Man No Way Home and Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage, both very funny films. But for number 3 we have Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which I personally think is an improvement on the first film and brought better laughs. Number 2 we have Nobody, and whilst it's more action packed than comedy, it still packs a punch in the violence sector. It definitely has some with the comedy as well. Definitely a great cinema experience. But at number 1 we have Free Guy, a great comedy, just all out humour for kids to adults to just everyone. Really a hysterical film. Okay, next category we have best comic adaptation. Now for number 3 we have Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage. At number 2, The Suicide Squad. And at number 1, Spider-Man No Way Home. For my personal opinion of overall best films of 2021, number 3 goes to Spider-Man No Way Home. Definitely a great comic book film and made me really fall back in love with Marvel and I think it did an exceptional job. At number 2, we have the Suicide Squad, which I personally believe DC really came with a comeback. Just like Marvel with Spider-Man No Way Home, I think this was DC's comeback, even if they have to get people who make Marvel films to show them up. But at number 1, we have the film Nobody, a film which, honestly, very good, very action-packed, just showing that Bob Odenkirk can not only do a great job with the comedy but also the action, and it was really a great project to watch, both in cinemas and outside of. Okay, now on to TV. With the categories of TV, we have new shows, honourable mentions, Cruel Summer Season 1. Whilst a very interesting show about teenagers and splitting up a story into 3 particular years, I thought it was a very good show and I can't wait to see Season 2. Another honourable mention is True Story Season 1. A great nice little story about 2 brothers and getting them into a difficult situation and any obstacle they go through. It's just a great show. Kevin Hart did a great job as well as Wesley Snipes. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, I don't know if this is a one-off miniseries or if this will continue. Either way, animation was at its peak, the story could have been improved upon a little bit, but overall it was a really nice entertaining watch. But now, with my number 3 pick, I have Raising Kanan. Out the gate on the first episode, I was really intrigued on this show, and whilst I say episodes 2 to 4 weren't the best of episodes, it's after that the story really gets bigger and really gets better. It really is an eyeball catching show. At number 2, we have BMF, Black Mafia Family, another show on the Stars Network, and 50 Cent knows what he's doing. It, again, based on true events, really a great fucking show to watch. Definitely up there. But at number 1, the Great Squid Game, as not only did it come out, it was talked about, and some would probably say overrated. I disagree. I think the show definitely got the rating it deserved. It was definitely eye-grabbing for all the right reasons, and all I can say is I can't wait for another season. On to TV shows that we had to say goodbye to. Number 3, we have a typical Season 4. Well, it's not the best series in the show, it was definitely a great way to end it off. At number 2, we have Bosch Season 7, a great cop show, and whilst we do have to sadly say goodbye to the TV show, I think it's somewhat coming back in a different platform to Amazon, so if it was genuinely that last season, it would be my number 1, but because I know it's somewhat coming back, it's good, but obviously it's not the end, it's the end on this platform. But at number 1, and sadly has finished, is F is for Family Season 5. A great show, a great cartoon. Started off a bit slow in this particular season, but a great ending overall. Really enjoyed it. Best shows of 2021. Honourable mentions, BMF Season 1, Bosch Season 7, Dexter New Blood. I'm only in the honourable mentions at the moment because it's still got 2 episodes to air as this video is being made. And Cobra Kai Season 3 and 4. I can't put it in the top 3 yet as I have not finished Season 4, but Season 3 was definitely a great watch and worth to be in this list. But at number 3, Line of Duty Season 6. Now I know a lot of people gave this season a particular slagging because of its ending. I thought it was rather fitting. I really did enjoy this season, and if they do continue it, that would be really good. I think with the current state of the country it would make sense, but if they don't, I still think it was a good ending. But at number 2, we have the series You Season 3. Now I really enjoyed this from the get-go. It was such an entertaining watch and I cannot wait for the next season. But at number 1, Snowfall Season 4. Now I started watching all of it from the beginning of 2021, and honestly Season 4 was such a great eye-grabbing experience. It was one of the best TV shows to watch, honestly, and some of the scenes, like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, it definitely deserves the number 1 spot for the best TV show of all time of 2021.